coming to you live here in Mae Sot is a city in western Thailand that shares a border with Myanmar in the west. We are here today with the 80th edition of Grand Platypus Open number 80. I am, of course, the host, Yaku of Zaku, and with me today is El Emperador Envejecido que hace los portadores. Light _ VIP. How we doing, Light?
What is up, Yaku? What is up, Yaku? Yes, we are here. We are back with the next edition of GPO, Grand Platypus Open number 80. The big 80, mate. We made it.
We did?
We did.
We're old enough to
die.
Yeah.
We're almost as old as Steel, mate.
He did just turn 93 yesterday.
He did just turn 93. This is true. This is true. Massive shout out.
Steel Mold,
Yeah, for the people who are not in our Discord server or follow us on Twitter, make sure you give Steel Mold a massive shout out. He did just turn 93 a couple of days ago.
Yesterday.
Yesterday even. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Just one day. Oh, man. I wonder what it's like into that age, but I guess I can just ask Steel. Regardless!
You'll never find out, mate.
That's true, the world's gonna end before that. We are here, kicking things off on Curious Minds LE. We're in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have our pink Protoss player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He's, of course, the best Protoss player from Hong Kong, representing Juggernaut Gaming. We have Bistork.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player. He is blue, representing Blades of Ire, a team we have not seen in a very long time on this channel. It is not Frostmourne, it is AshenOne.
They changed your logo.
They did! Look at that!
Oh, it looks so much better.
It looks cleaner.
Clearer. It does. The last one, I mean, the last one looked cool, but it had a lot of visual clutter, I think.
It did.
They tried to do the whole, because it's a blade, because they want it to be like the Zealot blade, so there was a lot of like that effect, which unfortunately didn't look too good it didn't look too good for a logo. I can say this because I passed graphic design.
Shaking my head, Yaku. Shaking my head. But yeah, for those wondering, Blades of Ire, they used to be a Vietnamese clan. I don't know how active they are anymore, but they were a part of VTL back in the day, man. That was like our first event that we casted.
The Vietnam Team League.
Yeah.
Back then with Uncle Gaming. Being a little bit cheeky, I do appreciate that, but that's something I definitely remember a lot of from VTL, not just from the likes of Blades of Ire, but also the likes of Uncle Gaming, Vicious Killers.
The old Uncle memes, mate. The Uncle memes.
Chai Gaming.
Yeah, Chai Gaming was the other Thai team. It was beautiful, mate. It was beautiful.
It really was.
God, I want to say there was a team. It was like Hong Kong All Stars, but Gogo
Hong
Joe,
Kong All Stars, yeah.
Gogo Joe was on a different team.
I think Gogo Joe was on VK.
Yeah. So, one of the Hong Kong boys was on VK, so it's like, there was something weird about that, something odd.
Half stars.
There you go, mate. There you go.
No Hong Kong half stars.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's been so long since VTL. I remember covering that with you. I remember meeting Jot as well, if you remember that. Good time.
Yeah, back in Singapore.
Beautiful, man.
Introduced me to a lot of Vietnamese memes. I'll tell you that.
Exactly, and since then we've just expanded on them. But now we are, diving into a fresh series, and I'm really excited to cast AshenOne because he did recently. I don't know if you noticed, he did recently hit GM. He did recently hit 5K.
He did. I'm so proud of him. There was a point many months ago, if I'm not mistaken, that AshenOne was somebody you'd see fairly often in the Master Swan Open or more amateur event, but now, mate, he's getting up there.
Yeah,
much
exactly.
like Justice Simon before him.
He just Simon never played an MSO, but sure, yeah, why not?
No, I mean as a player who's getting up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
So we'll see how he can do here. Obviously, he's up against a pretty strong player already. The first Oracle being shut down. We didn't really get to talk about it, but yo, Bistork opened up with a Void Ray and going for a second.
He's going all in on the Void Rays this game. Would not be surprised at all if you see him start to research +1 flyers eventually, if we get there, because Bistork's looking to end the game very soon.
Exactly, he's got a reinforcing pylon. He can throw down a shield battery if he wants to, or he can just throw down some extra gateways so he can reinforce across the map. He is here, and mate, there's no army. There's a single stalker. The pylon is not long for this world.
Yeah, even with battery overcharge, as long as Bistork focuses everything he's got on that pylon, if he uses his other prismatic alignment, there we go! Battery overcharge is actually keeping this pylon alive. Alright, there's just barely not enough DPS here for Bistork, but doesn't really matter because that was the only overcharge that AshenOne had.
More importantly, that was the only shield battery that he had as well. The shield battery runs out of energy. One of the Void Rays is almost dead, but almost is not good enough because Bistork is breaking on through.
GG is called. Bistork takes game number 1 in this best of 3 series. Do apologize. It's almost walking down memory lane quite a bit of that game, but
we were
it was a bit of a short one.
We were reminiscing, and unfortunately we didn't notice the Void Ray coming out from Bistork, which is, again, very unorthodox, very crazy, and it wasn't scouted until the Oracle went across the map, and by the time that happened, boom, Bistork, he pulled the trigger. He's like, it's go time. And
yeah, it's Curious Minds.
Yeah, there you go.
It really doesn't take much to get that Void Ray across the map. The cherry on top of that, I think, would be proxying the Stargate, but again, he didn't really need to because of how the map works out, because of the layout on the map.
Yeah, he didn't even use that pylon, by the way. I was like, yo, you don't see some shield batteries or some gateways? Or
I think he threw down a gateway right towards the end because he's like, oh my god, this battery overcharge might actually keep AshenOne alive. Yeah. And it did keep him alive, just not for long.
Yeah, I was impressed, by the way, but the fact that the overcharge was out healing the DPS of 2 Void Rays with prismatic alignment,
and stalkers.
Yeah, 2 stalkers and like 1 adept. I was like, oh my god, crazy.
It really was. And honestly, I think if AshenOne even delayed the overcharge for a little bit longer, that would have been it. It was so clutch getting that right in the end, but it didn't matter much, did it?
Not really, not at all, as we are diving into game numero dos here. Oh boy, kind of a brutal game 1. We'll see if game 2 is a little bit longer. Of course, it is a PvP though, you know, we all know how they can go. We just saw.
Yeah. We'll see go a different direction, hopefully, as we load into 2,000 atmospheres.
Oh yeah, we are going to be loading on in. As a reminder to everyone, !B in the chat if you want to have a look at the brackets. It is going to be a double elimination bracket today, so even if a player gets knocked out here, they will still have another chance.
Man, we got the perfect round of 8 tonight.
Ooh, true.
Oh, I dig it.
It's clean, mate.
So, yeah. Much like Blades of Ire's new logo.
There you go. There you go. Is it new? Is it old? Is it theirs?
It's pretty old. Well, they're using it. I don't know if it's theirs.
Oh boy.
I imagine it's theirs, but regardless, they are using it. Anyway, that is neither here nor there as we continue our series here on 2,000 Atmospheres LE in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner. We, of course, have our pink Protoss player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He's the best Protoss player from all of Hong Kong. He is the analyst, the professor? Question mark? I was trying to think of something that's in line with that. Representing Juggernaut Gaming, he is Bistork.
The scientist, man.
Oh,
the mad scientist.
He is, isn't he?
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player. He is blue, representing Blades of Ire. He's not Frostmourne. It is AshenOne.
EBG. Shout out to EBG. Yeah.
Oh,
regular here, first in SDO and also MSO many times. But yeah, he brings up he's a fellow Vietnamese player, and he brings up a pretty good point. AshenOne's worst matchup. Not only is his worst matchup PvP, he's also up against the best Protoss player in the region. Straight up.
Exactly. But yeah, shout out to Mbangay or EBG. Like, it's been so long since we've seen you here. Like, he's also someone who like started off with us in a way, you know. I remember back when he was Diamond, later on into Masters. And fun fact, if you recall, he was actually casting Ao Dai in Vietnamese on Facebook.
He was. Yeah, I remember that. There was this really big experiment, quote unquote, amongst the Vietnamese scene. I'm not sure if I should call it an experiment, really, but yeah, there was a certain point when Facebook first brought out their live streaming service. I remember Chot was very excited for that, just because of how many Vietnamese players are on Facebook and how prevalent it is there.
I mean, me and Micah streams on Facebook, like,
He does,
like it's very much so a very large like Ranger as well streams there.
I'll never forget in a class that I took at the start of the year, we were asked how many of us are still on Facebook. Every Singaporean student was like, nobody uses Facebook anymore, mate. Every other student who wasn't from Singapore and was from somewhere else in Southeast Asia was like, what are you talking about? Everyone still uses Facebook. Yeah,
exactly. Like, on the counter to that, it's like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Singapore because they still use WhatsApp. It's like, oh god. Now, every region, they have their own social media outlet that they use. But
wait, is WhatsApp considered social media? That was just a texting thing.
I mean, it's like
that was just a
Discord. It's the same shit. It's what it is, mate. Oh god.
I just use it to talk to my grandma.
You still use it though. That's the thing. Oh god. As we do have
not for long.
As we do have a couple of stalkers here out on the map, and ooh, AshenOne did shoot first, but they still trade 1-1.
Yeah, Bistork takes a little bit of hull damage in his remaining Stalker, but it is not the biggest of deals at all. What is a big deal is this proxy pylon he's throwing down.
Oh yeah, Bistork still ramping up the aggression. Is he going to be taking a Nexus here? He does have plenty of resources to do so. Or is he just going to... Oh, no, he just walks in across the map. Never mind.
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah, he's just doubling down. Gateway. Exactly. Let's go. As unfortunately, AshenOne is going for his own Nexus here, his own natural base. Now he finally sees all the Stalkers, and oh no, mistakes have been made.
Yeah, he is going to have to cancel that Nexus, isn't he? Shield battery's looking very exposed as well, but it doesn't really matter. It is out of energy. AshenOne wants to fight. He does get a Stasis Ward across the map, which will buy him a little bit of time, I suppose.
It's one of those things where it's one of those things where, mate, this Stasis Ward is the juiciest Stasis Ward he could have hoped for. Unfortunately, there's an army in his face.
He's already dead.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have anything at home. There were no Void Rays. He didn't have enough scouting at the natural base of Bistork to realize it was a one base all in, and now everything has fallen.
GG is called. Bistork takes that series in very Bistork fashion.
GG, well played. Oh my god, this was not the fastest series today.
What? As Pleiades, otherwise known as Jester Zester, apparently has taken out Mio Micah 2-0? 2-0?
Hold on.
We're
what happened?
Yeah, gotta try to figure this out. We got our top field reporter on the scene. Speak with Mio Micah. Okay, just a Zester is just a god is what happened. That's what happened, mate.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah?
What happened? What even?
He fused with Zest is what happened. Is what he's telling us.
Jester, Greater.
Mio Thwaak.
Oh god.
Yes, isn't he?
It's one of those things where it's like, mate, Mio Micah was even saying oh my god, you're smarter than AshenOne.
Yeah.
I was about to say that me and Michael was talking about how, maybe we should work on a way to like open up GPO for like other players. Before that, he was even saying that a lot of like the Vietnamese players, they're feeling a little bit disincentivized to play because you have people like me and Micah, Demi, Gogo Joey, and Bistork. But just like that, mate, me and Micah gets knocked down to the best of ones.
Mate.
Protos, mate.
Protos. And I'll remind everyone that Jesucessor is an MSO player.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Anything can happen.
He's Masters 2, man.
Yeah.
He's not even Masters 1. Oh my god.
That's what happens.
If you want to tune in to what happened in that series, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, because replays will be available for our subscribers. And I know I'm going to want to look at those, mate.
As am I, who was just informing us of what happened.